Well, folks, I finally did it. I ran a half marathon. And I'm going to share the video with you from December 12th of 2025 when I accomplished just that. It was my secret goal. It was my secret goal ever since I embraced that I had Tension Myositis Syndrome, also called TMS, mind-body syndrome, neuroplastic symptoms, in the spring of 2025. And basically, May of 2025, when I had a huge flare that didn't make any sense, and I realized that my runner's dystonia, along with my chronic pain or chronic regional pain syndrome and all the other things that had been thrown at me in 2024, were all TMS. They were all that. So in May, I started doing the psychological work, as one does with TMS. I started facing my fears. I started feeling my emotions. And by June, I started running again. So it took me about 6 months to go from really thinking I might need to actually purchase a mobility scooter again, because I was having a really difficult time walking, but I still did because I wasn't going to be afraid of it. I didn't care how much it hurt. I didn't care how ridiculous I looked. I didn't care how slow I was. I didn't care that I really could barely walk a mile. I still did it. And it just took a couple of weeks, and then I was walking great again. So I said, let's start running again. So took just from June, starting out running 1 to 2 miles at a time, to December to get to a half marathon, and get to a half marathon at a freaking great pace. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I had some symptoms like during that half marathon, more so at the beginning, which is kind of my pattern, because once I get in the groove and realize there's nothing to be afraid of with running, then I'm fine. And I go back to being a normal person again. But despite the fact that I had some symptoms, it was like the easiest half marathon I've ever run in my life. Like, I'm not even joking. It was like not hard at all. Like, when you've been through what we've been through, nothing is hard like that anymore. Like, it was absolutely insane. I reached, once I reached like an hour in, God, I must have been inching towards 8 miles at that point. I was like, all we have to do is watch the watch and count the miles and basically count the minutes down, and we'll be there. Like, we're just doing it, and we're in the flow state. So it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. So be warned, as with so many of my videos, during the first 40 seconds, I am sobbing, crying, and I've got all the snot. Because you know what? I'm feeling my emotions. Because I had years where I did not feel my emotions. And if you know anything about TMS, and if you don't, look it up. You got to feel your emotions. You got to feel them. And don't stuff them in, because they're just going to come out and manifest as physical symptoms, which is what happened to me. This is exactly what happened to me. But it's a great moment to share. So here you go. December 12th, 2025, my first half marathon. There will be many, many more to come. Once all this ice and snow goes away, of course. A half marathon. I did it. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm so snotty. Oh my God. That was like my secret goal since June, since I knew I could run again and I knew I could recover with using Dr. Sarno's teachings and accepting that I had TMS and I did not have dystonia. I did not have anything wrong with me. No injuries. Nothing is broken. And I didn't tell anyone about that goal, and I did it. I just did it. And man, I came out here today only thinking I was going to do like 3 miles, and then it just kept going up and up. And after about an hour, I said, okay, we're at least going for 9, maybe 10. No, let's do the half marathon today. Like today, we're doing it. This is what I've been working on since May. I've been running since June. It's December. This is what I consider like my 8th month of my TMS recovery, my success story that continues to grow and grow and be better and better. And man, it worked. It worked. It totally worked. It totally worked. If I had stuck with like in the medical model, if I had stuck like in my runner's dystonia group, if I had stuck doing PT again and again for various ailments, thinking that I was broken, I never would be here. I would never be here because I would keep telling myself that story that I was broken and I had a brain that didn't work right and that I was susceptible to injury, susceptible to injury, and that I was fragile. But that was all not true. It was all not true. And I did it in 1:46:32. Holy shit. Fuck. That is fucking bomb ass time. Fucking fantastic. Wow, there's gonna be a lot of bleeps in this video. That's like amazing. 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 That's Corral A at Disney World. No problem. Hands down, Corral A at Disney World. That's arguably like, I don't know, that's one of my best times ever, to be 100% honest, because usually like one of my old TMS symptoms is I would have like runner's stomach, so I would need to like go to the bathroom, like go to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, like majorly, at least once during half marathon, sometimes more, and I didn't need to go because that TMS symptom is gone because I have all these other ones now. It's one of my best half marathons ever. Amazing. And here I am with some supposed neurological disorder that like keeps you from running, supposedly, because your brain just doesn't want to anymore. It doesn't think it's safe anymore. Oh no, that's the reason. It doesn't think it's safe anymore. That's for sure. True. That's not what the medical people will tell you. The medical people will tell you that your brain's messed up and you have faulty circuits and they're broken and that's it. That's it. You're screwed like forever. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Here is my favorite hill where I ended 2 of my marathons. You run up there and then you cut through there, and that's a parking lot over there. They just don't plow it. And that's where the finish chute was. This is where I did all of my marathon training and 2 out of my 3 marathons. So it's only fitting. It's only fitting. And I did a half marathon here. I've done a lot of running here. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. 9 months ago, this would have been impossible. Even really 8 months ago. Impossible. And here I am. Okay, I know I already like cried about it at the beginning of the video, but like this is all hitting me. Like I just did a half marathon. Like I actually just did a half marathon. Like, like oh my God. I never thought I'd walk again. And then I just did a half marathon. That's like something. If you do a half marathon, you can do a marathon. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I know you can. I know I can again. If I can do this, of course I can do that again. And if I can do this with my symptoms, you can do whatever it is with your symptoms. I promise you. I promise you. You will recover. You will recover.